Test. Well, welcome into the Cook Center on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University, where we are set for the opening game of the 24-25 season. And there is a lot of new faces on the floor for your Pioneers. A couple of returners, including starter from last year and a great freshman campaign, Gerard Bosch, and a familiar face, a fourth-year senior, Brooks Langer, out there in the starting lineup. And then we've got Branton Van Dyke running the point guard, who took over from Mikhail Moore last year, led this group at the point guard spot to a conference title. And a couple new faces, a transfer from North Mankato, Minnesota, Shane Stevenson in the middle, and a freshman from the UK, Joe Buchanan, 25 in the white, rounds out the starting five for your Pioneers. Oklahoma Wesleyan wins the tip, and Dylan Phillip knocks down a triple from the wing to get things started. This is an Oklahoma Wesleyan team ranked number 5 in the country, 31-2 a season ago, and brought back a lot of talent off that squad. Phillip, one of them. He can really shoot it from the outside. Buchanan looking to answer. Three on the way, and he knocks it down. First field goal attempt of the career of Joe Buchanan. Nothing but the bottom of the net. We're tied at 3. Pioneers have the big fella Gerard Bosch guarding Derek Talton, the point guard for Oklahoma Wesleyan, and there he goes double teaming Jaden Letsky in the post. You might see that an awful lot tonight. Talton pull-up jumper over Langer, gets it to go. It's a tough shot from the senior, Derek Talton Jr., an all-conference point guard every season with the Eagles. The man to keep your eye on in the blue jerseys is number 5, Jaden Letsky, who might have got a blocked shot there. Letsky with 31 points in their opener on like 12 of 14 shooting. He's a returning All-American and just an absolute force inside, maybe the best big man in the NAIA. Dominant force in the post. The Pioneers showing that they're going to double team him here early. Phillip comes off a triple screen to the corner. Pull-up jumper from 15, and his just hits the back rim. Offensive rebound by the Eagles, and they put a huge emphasis on the O boards. Coach Donnie Boswick's team's up there at top of the country in offensive rebounding year in and year out. Letsky misses the jump hook, and there's a big rebound in traffic from Bosch. Pioneers want to run. Van Dyke finds Buchanan. Extra pass. Langer in the corner. Thought about it, put it on the deck. Stevenson, the big man, he can shoot it from out there. 3 left just short. Shane Stevenson, a pick and pop threat. Transfer from Roosevelt, where he shot it well from the three-point line. Yashi McKenzie, guarded by Van Dyke, had to pick it up on the baseline. Pioneers need to string a couple stops together here as Talton Jr. misses the 3, and there's another offensive rebound up and in from Nick Benet. It's an early 7-3 lead for the Eagles. That offensive glass paying dividends early for Oklahoma Wesleyan. This is the opener for your Pioneers. Oklahoma Wesleyan played last week. They're 1-0, had a big win over LSU Shreveport. Buchanan's 3 off the front rim. Benet pulls down the rebound. Letsky into the paint, and he might have traveled. They're going to get a foul on Buchanan on the floor. That's the first whistle of the ball game on either team. First personal foul, first team foul. About 2.5 minutes in. Couple of new faces for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Jaden Wilson and Humberto Quintish Jr. check in for the Eagles. Coach Boswick uses a deep bench. We'll see a lot of jerseys come off the sideline from Oklahoma Wesleyan tonight. Benet thought about it, turned it down, back to Derek Talton Jr. Fresh off the bench, Wilson's going to take a 3, left it short, and there's Joe Buchanan, pulled down the rebound. Eventually, Shane Stevenson had it after it got poked away, and Shane turns it over at midcourt. Ball stolen away by Wilson. 3-on-2 break. Talton with a pretty spin on the baseline, gets the reverse layup to go. That's a 9-3 start for the Eagles. Just 3 minutes into this one. Pick and pop, Bosch, 3 from the top of the key, just rattles out. It's been some clean looks from the three-point line for the Pioneers, but after Buchanan's 3 to get things started, they have come up empty each trip. Benet, jumper, good. 11-3 start, and Coach Hepker going to talk things over with his squad. A 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. A lot of new faces on the floor for the Pioneers, and they are joined by a new coaching staff outside of the head man, Coach Adam Hepker, still leading the way for your Pioneers, but Trey Brown, the assistant, and Gabriel Jordan, a couple of Pioneer alums who had a lot of success as players on this floor. He joined the coaching staff. Be working alongside Coach Hepker with this group. Of course, this is a team that won the Heart of America Conference last season to run into the national tournament, but lost a lot of talented players. Highlighted, of course, by Anthony Brown graduating. He's playing professionally overseas. The big man in the middle, Caleb Jones-McCrary, graduating, playing professionally overseas, and lost a couple of starters to transfer. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of time to figure it out because their first 2 games of the year here tonight and next week against Indiana Wesleyan against top 5 teams in the country. Thrown right into the fire. Stevenson on some zoom action, back to Brooks Langer, puts it on the deck. Van Dyke top of the key. Stevenson open for 3 again. This one too short, and there's the big man Letsky pulling down the rebound. Got a relatively clean look, and Coach Hepker is going to give his guys the green light to shoot it when they get those clean looks. We got to start capitalizing. Defensive rebound just goes through the hands of Langer, but Benet had a foot on the baseline, so Pioneers will steal possession right back. And here's one of those new faces for the Pioneers. That's Malachi Bryant, number 3 in the white jersey. He's a sophomore guard from Boston, Massachusetts, transferred from Quincy Community College, running the point guard duties now. Coach Hepker excited about Malachi. He can really shoot it, puts it on the floor. Off a ball screen, pull-up jumper, and he got it to go. Right off the bench, first touch bucket for Malachi Bryant. Welcome sight, ends the scoring drought. Back to a 2-possession game here. High ball screen from Letsky, and he's going to roll into that post. Stevenson done a nice job keeping the ball out of Letsky's hands so far. Benet working on Buchanan, might have traveled, got rid of it. Back to Wilson, open corner 3, misses everything. Long rebound, shot clock should not reset. There's going to be 1 on the shot clock, and Talton didn't know it. That's a violation. Eagles thought it might have hit the rim. It did not. Shot clock didn't reset. And officials are going to go take a look now. I think they're going to see if they're going to change the call and say it did nick the rim and they should put some time back on the shot clock. Not sure I've seen that at the NAIA level. We're going coach's challenge here in game 1. Game 2 for Donnie Bostwick, but we'll take a quick break as the officials review the shot clock violation or not. Be a free timeout, and Coach Hepker's got to be okay with that. You could use all the free timeouts you can get with a young group with a bunch of new faces. Reigning Heart of America Conference champs, and Coach Hep, the reigning Heart Coach of the Year. They're just an unbelievable run a season ago. I never thought I'd see Trey Brown wearing a suit and tie. I know his mom Kim's here in attendance. Maybe Mike's watching somewhere. Trey Brown in a suit. Who would have thought? High drag up top with the back screen. That's going to be a long 2. Foot was on the line. And over the back. Foul's going to be on Blake Hamblin. That's the first whistle to go against the Eagles. We're just 1 foul apiece each team. Isaiah Cole in the ballgame now for the Pioneers. A talented sophomore out of Olathe, stayed home. Langer, pull-up jumper. Nope, dropped it off to Bosch inside. Gerard goes right to work. Right-handed jump hook, just left it short. And Bosch a lefty, but he'll go over either shoulder in there. Goes to the right-handed hook that time. Stevenson sagging off the offensive player at the top of the key. They are trying to crowd the paint, do a nice job of it. There's a steal. Bryant throws it ahead of the pack, and it's just too far out of bounds. You can see Coach Hepker clapping away on the sidelines. That's a mistake that Pioneer point guards will make early in their career because of the pace of play. Gonna play fast, want to throw it ahead. That time just threw it just out of the reach of Brooks Langer. And we're at our under 15 media timeout. It's an 11-5 lead for Oklahoma Wesleyan. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in on MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. be Amari Woods running the point now for Oklahoma Wesleyan. It's a junior from Arlington, Texas. Pick and pop action, open three, thought about it, turned it down, did Blake Hamlin. Wilson left all alone, so Pioneers really packing the paint. They are daring a couple of guys in blue jerseys to shoot it from the outside. Hesitant to do so. Wilson goes to a one-dribble pull-up. Could have been another loose ball foul on the offensive rebound attempt. Instead, we're going to get a jump ball, and it's possession arrow in favor of your Pioneers.
Jump ball position, Pioneers. Back in the Pioneers, number 25, Joe
Buchanan checks back in, and this is the first action we've seen here from senior transfer at a shorter university, Gary Clay. That's 11 in the white jerseys. He's the leading scorer on a NCAA Division II team a season ago, and Pioneers could use that scoring punch off the bench here tonight. Bryant, little token pressure in the backcourt, doesn't bother him. Weave action, there's Clay. Comes out high, step up ball screen. No, back to Gary Clay, puts it on the deck, spins, pull up jumper, goes down. First field goal attempt from Clay. Smooth operator in the mid-range. He's on the board, Pioneers cut it to 4. Woods refusing the ball screen, takes a tough pull-up jumper, no good. Bryant pulls down the rebound in traffic. He's gonna push to Buchanan. Ahead of the pack, lays it in, and one. Joe Buchanan, the freshman from Manchester, England, fired up after the three-point play the old-fashioned way. It's a nice assist from Bryant, too. You can tell young point guard understands what Coach Hepp wants, pushing the pace, playing in transition. And Caden Caberline going to check in for the Pioneers at the 5 spot. Give Gerard Bosch a breather. I can't go with the Manchester Maniac nickname for Joe, because that's reserved for Jordan Whelan, but we'll have to find some other UK nickname for Joe. But he's got 6 early. So the British are coming, the British are coming. I'm just messing with Coach Lewis up here. The soon-to-be Hall of Fame head coach John Lewis in the booth with me, but has no microphone, unfortunately. Clay makes a good play defensively and had to throw it away. He was going to go out of bounds on the baseline. Don't necessarily want to save it under your own basket like that, but hard to fault an effort play. Does result in a personal foul on Caberline. Just his first, though. Again, nobody in foul trouble. That's only the second team foul. There's some debate about where the shot clock should be reset. First game for the officials, too, I guess. Shot clock at 28. Talton Jr. hounded by Isaiah Cole. Isaiah, an excellent on-ball defender. And Caberline's going to pick up a second foul in about 5 seconds. That's 2 quick ones on Caden. The Pioneers cannot afford foul trouble on the interior. Not a ton of depth inside. Of course, he's guarding a first-team All-American. It's pretty tough to fault him there. There's a nice play on the out-of-bounds. Dylan Phillip just snuck back door for the easy 2. We'll break down on baseline out-of-bounds defense. Teams will get cleaned up. That's what happens early in the season, the young team. Step-up ball screen coming. Bryant probing into the paint. Kicks. Buchanan. Another 3. Knocks it down. Joe Buchanan with 9 of the Pioneers' 13, and we are all tied. It's a tough spin move on the baseline. Dylan Phillip gets it to go, and he's going to go to the line for one more. The foul's going to be on Bryant, his first. And Dylan Phillip, the second or third leading scorer on this Eagles club a year ago, who went 31-2. There's a reason they're ranked number 5 in the country. He's a big part of it. Phillip is a redshirt senior from Humble, Texas, so a lot of experience out there for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Talton Jr., Dylan Phillip, and Letsky, they're 3 go-to guys, all seniors. All won a lot of basketball games in that Eagles jersey. Full court press after the made free throw. Pioneers able to break it, but aren't going to get into their offense until under 20 on the shot clock, so was effective in its own right. There's a steal. Derek Talton Jr. picks the pocket of Van Dyke, gets all the way to the rack, lays it in. Eagles jump right back into the press. It's Clay, and he's going to turn it over in the backcourt. Talton Jr., another steal, and he's going to take a three. Pioneers lucky that time. Empty trip after the steal. So the defensive pressure ratcheted up a couple of notches after this game was tied at 13, and it's been back-to-back turnovers. Well, it looks like a 2-2-1. Could be man-to-man press after the ball's inbounded, though. Haven't seen a double team come yet. It's kind of been a token press, but Pioneers struggling with it just a tad. Clay brings it across. Here comes the double, and he finds Buchanan. Joe puts it on the deck. Euro step to the cup. A lot of contact there, no whistle. It's going to be Pioneer basketball underneath. It's a strong take from a freshman, though. Doesn't shy away from the contact at all. Of course, he's been playing with grown men and semi-professional level, and frankly, professional level over in England. And there's the three from Shane Stevenson. The big fella from North Mankato, Minnesota, knocks down a three, his first bucket in a Pioneer uniform. Shane's had a tough preseason, too. Looks like he got a broken nose right now. I know he had a nasty ankle injury. It's just good to see him out there. Didn't get a full preseason, that's for sure. Clay probing on the left side, and he's fouled. Yashi McKenzie going to be whistled for the personal. That's his second. Starting guard for the Eagles picks up his second, and he's going to head to the bench for Malachi Okenbor. Both teams sit at 4 team fouls now. Van Dyke going to inbound underneath. Throws it out near midcourt to Stevenson, gets it right back. Looking to go inside to Buchanan. They do. It was deflected out of bounds. Dylan Phillip got his hand on it, but it was last touched by Buchanan. The Eagles basketball again. Turnovers starting to pile up. The defensive pressure has turned up from Oklahoma Wesleyan. Just that little Spain pick and roll. They're going to roll Letsky into the post, and he had some deep post position. The Eagles couldn't get it to him. Letsky scoreless right now. Again, that's a first-team All-American who had 33 in their opening game. So credit Shane Stevenson and the help defense of the Pioneers early on. And Dylan Phillip knocks down another. That might be his third triple of this first half. We're not even 10 minutes into the game. He's got 11. Zoom action, dribble handoff. I'll go one-on-one. Buchanan in the post, probing, and he's fouled. That's Benet reaching in, going to be whistled for the personal. That's 5 team fouls now on Oklahoma Wesleyan. We'll see a couple starters check back in, and Brooks Langer and Gerard Bosch. Some international flavor on the floor for the Pioneers. We got Gerard, who plays with the Spanish under-20 national team, and Joe Buchanan, same thing in the UK. Van Dyke probes off the ball screen. Swings, Bosch 3. Off the mark, here come the Eagles. They've got numbers. Talton's so good in transition, drops it off for the easy 2. Benet lays it in. I think Derek Talton's one of the best point guards in the country. I've seen this kid play for 4 years and just controls the game. Doesn't score it a ton because he doesn't have to, but defensively and just getting guys involved, running the show in transition, he is fantastic at the point guard spot. Stevenson, another 3, too strong, and that's going to be a foul on the offensive rebound attempt on Buchanan, I think. That's his second. And we'll head to the under 10 media timeout. It is number 5 ranked Oklahoma Wesleyan 23, your Pioneers 16. Derek Talton bringing it across. A little cross screen action. Here comes Letsky. Spread pick and roll. All the way to the cup. Talton lays it in with the left hand. So good operating off the ball screen. He's got 8 points now in the first half. Has really controlled the game. Stevenson. Split action. Looking to get it back to Van Dyke. He does. The junior point guard from Herman, Utah, gets things moving. Gets it back, now throws it inside for Stevenson. One-on-one with Letsky. Puts it on the deck, spins, jump hook, off the mark. Bosch tracks down the rebound and puts it up and couldn't go. There's a lid on the basket for Gerard Bosch right now. That's about his third bunny that I thought was going to go down and just lipped out. 9-point lead for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Three's too strong. It's a 3-on-2 break. Here comes Van Dyke. Kicks. 3 on the way from Cole. Front rim. Been the story of the first half so far. Front rim from the Pioneers. Talton pull up 3 in transition. That's uncharacteristic shot selection from him, but when you're playing as well as he is, you get a bit of a green light. Van Dyke directing traffic here. There's a size mismatch inside. Trying to go to Gerard Bosch. Just about turned it over. Brooks Langer saves it from going out of bounds. Van Dyke takes a 3 deep from the slot. It was late in the shot clock, and there's going to be another foul called on an offensive rebound attempt. We've seen it called 3 or 4 times now on both teams. Yeah, point of emphasis here early in the season. I'm not sure. Officials like to pick 1 or 2 rules that they're going to highlight, and that usually dies by the end of November, but maybe loose ball foul's one of them. Eagles empty out a side, double drag ball screen. Wilson, unguarded, on purpose, I think, missed the jumper, and Cole pulls down the rebound. Pioneers are content to let him shoot it from the outside. He's been unwilling to do so until just now. Bryant back in, running the point. Langer all alone in the corner. 3-ball on the way. He knocks it down. That's what the Pioneers need out of him. Catch and shoot threes and knock him down at a high clip. That's his first bucket of the ball game. Lead back down to 6. Their high flat ball screen. Cole, nice job not getting screened. Making life difficult on Talton. Woods matched up with Bryant, goes inside. Now Wilson gets 2 feet in the paint. Pioneers wanted to travel, none called. Woods hoists up a 3 at the end of the shot clock, no good, but there's the offensive rebound and the putback from Daniel Olawasvi. Offensive rebounds taking on some water here in the first half. Zoom action, Stevenson looking for the handoff to Bryant, wasn't there. Now Bosch had it poked away, he's fouled. Now both teams at 6 personal fouls and will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Bryant grabs it in the backcourt, going to reset the offense. Caberline is checked back in for the Pioneers, and he gets a touch at the high post. Back to Bryant, to Cole. Corner 3 from Langer, didn't catch it clean, had to put it on the deck. And he knocks down the pull-up jumper. Bobbled the initial catch, and then I thought he was fouled on the pull-up jumper. No whistle, but goes in anyway. Langer with 5 straight. Rumor has it, Brooks Langer first beat his older brother Connor in one-on-one on his 9th birthday and has never lost since. I don't know if Connor would dispute that fact, but that's legend from Great Bend, Kansas. Eagles going to inbound baseline underneath, 12 on the shot clock. Talton refuses this ball screen, drives baseline. Great defense by Isaiah Cole. He's not going to get credited with the steal, but that is 100% a turnover caused by the defensive effort from Cole. Did a nice job staying in front of Talton Jr., stripped it away, last touched by Talton on the baseline. Gary Cole back in. Gary Clay, excuse me. Back in for your Pioneers. Step up ball screen on an empty side. Ball swung around to Clay. Eagles play that pack line defense. There are 5 guys inside of that 18-foot area, 4, and then the guy guarding the ball. It's tough to find a driving lane. Clay does, gets 2 feet in the paint, shot fakes, little step through, couldn't get the finish. It's just unlucky. 2 Pioneers battling for the offensive rebound and tipped it out of bounds, but you can't fault the effort going to the glass. It's a good move from Clay too, just can't get the finish. Just a 6-point game. If things have not gone particularly smooth, to only be down 2 possessions to a top 5 team in the country, Pioneers have no reason to hang their heads here 15 minutes into the first half. Caberline one-on-one in the post. He's got those 2 fouls. He's got to play a little bit conservatively, and there's Wilson knocking down a 3. That's a scouting report basket there, as Pioneers have been content to allow him to shoot it. Bryant gets inside, kicks to Clay. Extra pass, Langer, top of the key, not there. There's an offensive rebound by Caden Caberline, and he's going to be fouled. Good possession from the Pioneers that time. Unselfish extra pass by Gary Clay to Brooks Langer, who just hit 2 shots in a row. And then the offensive rebound, Caberline's rewarded with 2 free throws. Caberline, a 6'7" junior now, out of Olathe, just down the street, Olathe South High School. He's gotten better every year. Too strong on the first attempt. See if the Pioneers go press. They've shown press after made free throws in the past. Empty trip though for 2 at the line. In and out crossover from Talton. Gets into the paint. Spinning, keeping that pivot foot down. Out to Woods. There's a switch on the high ball screen. Good defensive possession thus far. 10 on the shot clock. Wilson just hit one. Going to cast up another one. It's no good. But the offensive rebound once again. Caberline able to pull down the defensive board on the putback. Malachi Bryant gets the high ball screen, rescreen into the paint, pull up from 15. Tough shot, missed it short. Here come the Eagles. Woods one-on-one with Langer, takes a 3, too strong. Another offensive rebound. Nope, Gary Clay is able to track it down, and he's going to go to the free throw line. So Pioneers are in the bonus. I believe it's going to have to be after a timeout, as we're hitting an under 5 media timeout. So when we come back, it'll be Gary Clay at the line for a 1-and-1. It's Oklahoma Wesleyan 30, Mid-American Nazarene 21. Gary Clay at the line for 1-and-1. Gets the first to go. Clay 2 for 2, so Gary now with 4 points. 7-point lead for Wesleyan, and Talton Jr. going to go back to running the show up top. ISO right side. Probing kept his dribble alive. Old Steve Nash play. Benet takes the three. He's way off the mark, but there's another offensive rebound. Pioneers bailed out as Amari Woods traveled after he pulled down the offensive board. Press shown from Oklahoma Wesleyan. I think it's just a man-to-man press, but they're denying Malachi Bryant the basketball. Someone's going to have to come help. Bryant able to get it anyway through a double team. Eagles just going to make you work. Nothing easy on the defensive end from them. Stagger double into a dribble handoff, trying to get Gary Clay going downhill. He's cut off, spins, kicks to Caberline, extra pass. Bryant for three. He can shoot it just off the back rim. Bosch tips it out to Brooks Langer. His three on the way, it's good. Brooks Langer, his second triple. He's got 8 first-half points. The lead's back down to 4, and that is a highly illegal screen by Jaden Letsky, and they called it. As Letsky and Gary Clay, got tied up. So there will be no free throws, even though the Pioneers are in the bonus, because it's an offensive foul. That might have been the most illegal ball screen I've ever seen set. I'm not sure I've ever seen a more illegal screen than the one Jaden Letsky just set. I don't think it was intentional. They got their feet tied up, but I am dumbfounded that Coach Donnie Boswick is arguing that call. It's fascinating to me. He's holding a Bible in his hands. Maybe he can look up one of the do not lie, do not cheat, do not steal commandments. Gary Clay, that is a tough basket. The step back three from Clay, he's got 7, and this is a 1-point ball game. Coach Hepker is in a defensive stance himself on the sidelines, pleading with his guys, get another stop. Eagles want to go inside, and instead they're going to get it to Dylan Phillip, and that is not the guy you can leave open. Phillip with 14 first-half points. It's good offense from Oklahoma Wesleyan. A little cross-screen, down-screen. You've got to pay a lot of attention to Letsky inside. Left Phillip open for 3. Here they come in transition. Pretty no-look pass from Talton Jr. And Letsky, uncharacteristic, missed the bunny. Talton into the paint, shot fakes, scores, and he's going to go to the line for 1 more. It has been all Derek Talton Jr. and Dylan Phillip in the first half for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Double figures now with 10 and a chance to add to it at the line here. Humberto Kintish into the ball game. This is a redshirt freshman from Panama, 35 in the blue jersey. Branton probing, kicks, open 3 from the top of the key. Stevenson off the mark, and there's another O board from Gerard Bosch. Bosch said, clear out, I've got an advantage here. Double team comes, maybe a triple team. Gerard Bosch powers right through it, gets back to that strong left hand, finishes for his first bucket of the ball game, and he's going to go to the line for 1 more.
That's his first 10th team foul.
Love it when an effort play gets rewarded. The offensive rebound turning into a bucket for the sophomore from Barcelona, Spain. And comes up empty at the line, except he's going to get another chance as a lane violation called on Nick Benet. So Bosch gets a do-over. I need to look that up. If you shoot a free throw and there's a lane violation and you missed, does it go down in your stats as a missed free throw attempt? I don't believe it does. I'm getting confirmation from Coach John Lewis that it does not count as a missed free throw attempt. It doesn't matter, as Bosch unable to knock down the second. Anyway, Phillip right to the cup, and he's fouled, going to go to the line for 2. Transition defense that time from the Pioneers off the missed free throw. There might have been 25 on the shot clock as Dylan Phillip was taking the layup attempt. second on Gerard Bosch. So that's 3 key frontline players for the Pioneers now with 2 fouls. We haven't seen Joe Buchanan in quite some time as he picked up 2. Caberline's got 2. Now Bosch will head to the bench with 2. And we'll see Elijah Voss for the first time tonight, sophomore out of Des Moines, Iowa. Isaiah Cole back in for the Pioneers as well. Phillip again knocks down the free throws. Press causing some issues on the inbounds. Voss comes to the rescue. Now they get it to Van Dyke. Back to Voss as the double team came. Clay gets the handoff, gets inside, and was looking for Voss in the corner. It's going to be a turnover. On-ball pressure from the Eagles causing all kinds of problems here for the Pioneers. Empty side for Talton. Looking to go into the post to Letsky. He gets it. Here comes the double team. Phillip, pull-up jumper. Too strong that time. Another offensive rebound, but a travel. Kentish shuffled the feet. And Brooks Langer will check back in for the Pioneers. Full court press remains in effect here. Able to break it this time. Van Dyke crosses the timeline. Here comes a double team. He saw it, corralled it. Hand off to Langer. Now here's that high ball screen. Swung back to Brooks. Thought about a 3. Put it on the deck for the pull-up jumper, and it just rattles out. Letsky the rebound. Here come the Eagles. Talton, so dangerous in transition. Probes, spins, left it way short, but Letsky there to clean it up, and he's going to go to the line for 2. Check at halftime, but I'm sure that the offensive rebound numbers for the Eagles are going to be something the Pioneer coaching staff harps on here at the break. Turnovers and offensive rebounds, difference in the ballgame here in the first half. Pioneers have been able to generate pretty good looks offensively, even when they haven't shot it well in stretches. When they've got a shot up, it's been a pretty good look. Letsky connects on the first. And got them both to go. Pioneers have nobody there to inbound it. Elijah Voss comes to the rescue. It's just a man-to-man press with a double team around midcourt if you turn your back. Didn't need to that time. Brandon Van Dyke breaks the press himself, gets all the way to the rim, and couldn't get the right-handed layup to go. Again, he's a left-handed player. To go right hand on the reverse there. Came up empty, and Dylan Phillip right back the other way. He's got 18 first-half points. What was a one-possession game not long ago is double digits now. Van Dyke being hounded out top. Gets a screen from Stevenson. Stevenson rolling. There's a great cut from Isaiah Cole. Catches it deep, couldn't finish over Letsky. The All-American inside forces the miss. 5 to go before the half. Talton Jr. to the cup. Euro step, got it to go. Derek Talton Jr. and Dylan Phillip with a huge first half. And the number 5 ranked Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles will take a 44-31 lead into the halftime break. We'll be back in 15 minutes, bring you stats from the first half and the second half of action here in the opening ball game of the 24-25 season. Thanks for tuning in on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube.
previously it was gone 2 minutes. Like there was a minute 50 left on the clock.
Three-pointer, turnover, three-pointer, missed bucket, three-point play. Disaster. I don't know if it was retracted. I was just. Oh, never mind. My fault.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for Premier Athletics Recreational Cheer Club? Joining us on the court this evening, sporting their Halloween costumes, are our MNU neighbors from Papencroft Elementary, College Church Kids Ministry, and children and grandchildren from our faculty and staff. The Association of Student Athletes had fun dressing up and hosting a trunk or treat event just prior to tonight's basketball game, and loved every opportunity to pour into
Welcome back into the Cook Center. We're set for the second half of action between the number 5 ranked in the country, Oklahoma Wesleyan University Eagles, in town from Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and your host, the Mid-American Nazarene Pioneers. The Eagles took a 44-31 lead into the break. They were led in scoring by Dylan Phillip with 18 first half points. He was 6 for 8 from the floor, 3 for 3 from downtown. And Derek Talton Jr., the point guard, had 13 points, 4 assists, 3 steals in the first half. Pioneers were led in scoring by Joe Buchanan with 9, Brooks Linger with 8, and Gary Clay off the bench with 7. Pioneers had some foul trouble there in the first half, but the story of the first half really was a 28-18 rebounding advantage for Oklahoma Wesleyan. They got 40 field goal attempts up to the Pioneers 32, and just dominant play from the guards of Talton Jr. and Dylan Phillip. See the Pioneers' response coming out of the break. It's the same starting 5 that started the game. Here comes a hard double team right away on Letsky. Letsky quiet first half again. First team All-American, 33 points in their season opener, held to just 2 at halftime. Some of that is scouting report, game plan defense by the Pioneers, doing a nice job on the hard double team. Also got to credit Shane Stevenson, but then the guards for the Eagles got loose. Benet gets the easy 2 to get things started for Oklahoma Wesleyan inside. Nick Benet now with 8. See if the Eagles go back to the full court press. That was effective. There's a turnover in the front court. Buchanan just turned his back, had it stolen away. Talton Jr. kicks. Benet wide open, top of the key 3, left it short, and Shane Stevenson pulls down the rebound in traffic. And the Pioneer guards are just going to be hounded all night. Ball pressure applied by just about everyone in a blue jersey. Langer, who had a hot first half, misses the pull-up jumper. Eagles want to play faster. They go in transition. It's Yashi McKenzie all the way to the rim, misses the wild lefty scoop layup, and Gerard Bosch corrals the rebound, and he's fouled 94 feet from the basket. That's the 3rd personal on McKenzie, and just the first team foul of the half. Van Dyke hands it to Langer. Ball moves around the perimeter. Looking for Bosch inside. He's doubled. Kept that pivot foot down. Gets to the right-handed jump hook, and Gerard Bosch, nice patient move inside, scores with his offhand. And Bosch tasked with guarding Talton Jr. Is a power forward, if you will, on a point guard. And here comes the double. As soon as Letsky touches the ball, there's a double. Every single time. Pioneers have done well in that regard. There's Yashi McKenzie with his first bucket of the game. A tough high floater off the glass. Making his presence felt defensively, but his first field goal there. Stevenson corrals a little pick and pop and then throws it to the Pioneer bench. Elijah Voss caught it, but unfortunately he's sitting next to the coaching staff. Just a miscommunication. Happens early in the season. One guy going backdoor, the other thinking he's going to stay put on the wing. 3 on the way from Talton Jr. Rattles out. Brooks Langer brings down the rebound. He's going to bring it across himself. Van Dyke probing. Crosses over, gets into the paint, kicks it to Stevenson. He gets all the way to the rim, and he's going to be whistled for the offensive foul. Talton Jr. slid over and took the charge. Oklahoma Wesleyan, as good of a defensive team year in and year out as you're going to play, you got to give Coach Bostwick and his coaching staff a lot of credit. These guys play hard, they play defense, and they rebound, no matter who's on the roster. Now, they've got some guys who can really play offense too, but it's a sign of a well-coached team. That's why they're in the national tournament every single year, just about. Talton Jr. probes off the ball screen, gets all the way to the rim and lays it in. Plays with such good pace. Can't speed him up, everything's his speed. Bosch puts it on the floor, double team comes late. Pass was deflected and eventually corralled by the Eagles. It's a 3-on-2 break. Talton drops it off. McKenzie, the reverse layup's up and good. Coach Hepp gonna call timeout. Eagles' run has pushed this lead out 52-33 with under 17 to go here in the second half. We'll take a quick timeout at MNUsports.com. Pioneers making some early subs here in the second half. We'll see Malachi Bryant in at the point guard spot, Gary Clay in on the wing, Isaiah Cole have all checked in coming out of the break. Weave action out top, looking to get downhill off a ball screen. Here it comes. Bryant into the paint, kicks to Clay, resets. Bryant puts it on the deck. Swings, Clay, three ball from the top of the key, and Gary Clay's three just rattles out. But there's Joe Buchanan for the putback, and it's off the mark. It's a hustle play. We couldn't get the second chance opportunity to drop. And there's a lob to Letsky for the dunk. Talton Jr. with the assist, and Jaden Letsky with just his second field goal. It comes off the alley-oop in transition. Cole off the zoom action, swings. Now the jump hook from Stevenson, not there. Wilson pulls down the board for the Eagles. Talton Jr., that is a nasty move out top. Splits the double team with the crossover. It's all the way to the rim, finishes, and he's going to go to the line for one more. Derek Talton Jr. putting on a point guard clinic here tonight, as he does so often. Been the starting point guard on a top 10 team in the country for multiple years now. There's a reason why. Gets the free throw to go as well. He's got 18 points now in the ballgame. Buchanan goes high post to Stevenson. Split action. You get it back to Malachi Bryant. Ball movement for the Pioneers, but haven't been able to break that shell of the Eagles defense here. And there's a turnover. And oh, Stevenson corrals it. Got it to Clay. Now Bryant inside. Drops one off for Buchanan, and his shot was erased at the rim by Letsky. 3 on the shot clock. It did not reset. Clay's got to get one up. He does, and he's fouled. Gary Clay going to go to the line for 3 free throws, which bails out the Pioneers after a helter-skelter possession. Clay had no choice but to hoist one up at the buzzer, and he's fouled. Could break the dry spell here the Pioneers have been on early in the second half. Clay going to be at the line for 3. And Gary Clay from Chicago. He's a senior, but it's his first year with the Pioneers. Transfer from Division II Shorter, where he was the leading scorer on that club a season ago. Can put the ball in the basket. We've seen it in flashes tonight. We'll see plenty more of it this season. Got a very new team, and their first 2 games of the year are against number 5 Oklahoma Wesleyan, and then number 3, I think the most talented team in the country, Indiana Wesleyan, comes to town next weekend. So that's a rough way to get things started in terms of strength of schedule difficulty, but what it does do is prepare you for conference play. And these guys will be battle tested when Heart of America Conference play gets here. And it comes quick. There's not a lot of non-con games anymore as Litsky gets the easy two, and full court pressure still being applied by the Eagles. That's Humberto Quintish, who was hounding Bryant in the backcourt. It'll be Pioneer basketball when we come back. We've hit the under 15 media timeout. It's Eagles 59, Pioneers 35. Coach Hepp drawing up something after the timeout here, and there's all kinds of things you can point to X's and O's wise to try to get a clean look or make a tweak defensively, but right now the Pioneers are like the kid who plays second French horn in the school band. Just got to play better. Isaiah Cole, good look from three, just left it short, and they will. Early in the season, game one against a top 5 team in the country, this team is going to get a lot better come Hart Conference play. There's no question about it. Plenty of talent out there. Plenty of talent in the number 3 jersey for Wesleyan as Derek Talton Jr. hits another pull-up jumper. He's got 20 points now. We haven't seen Dylan Phillip here in the second half, I don't think at all. I see him on the Oklahoma Wesleyan bench. I don't believe there was an injury that occurred in the first half. He was on the floor in the first half. He's the Eagles' leading scorer. I don't think he's in foul trouble, so I'm not sure what's going on there. It could be partially score-related, but again, leading scorer, starter for the Eagles. I don't think we've seen him here in the second half. But he is over there on the bench. Doesn't appear to be hurt, so that's good. Elijah Voss and Caden Caberline into the ballgame now for your Pioneers. Bryant to Langer. High post touch for Caberline. There's that split action at the elbow they like to run. Now it's Clay off a ball screen. Gets into the paint. Kicks to Bryant. Malachi Bryant, 3-ball. Just off the back rim. Great possession. And Voss steals an extra possession off the rebound. Good effort inside by Elijah Voss. Pioneers turn it over after the O board. It's Amari Woods handling out top now for the Eagles. Talton Jr. and Letsky both off the floor. That's a welcome sight for Pioneers. Good hands inside. Gary Clay stripped it away from Wilson. And it's going to be Pioneer basketball as Wilson chased it and committed a foul. Jaden Wilson's second personal, 4th team foul on Oklahoma Wesleyan. Bryant spins, gets into the paint, kicks to Caberline. Ball's moving for the Pioneers. Had a couple good possessions in a row here that just haven't resulted in points, but here's another one. Good extra pass. Langer in the corner. He can really shoot it. Clean look from 3, just rattles out. And that can happen after you've played such an excellent defensive team all night long. That basket starts to get smaller and smaller. Eagles going drive and kick. Pull-up jumper from 15 feet is knocked down. basket's good by Humberto Quintas Jr. Clay looking to drive, gets it back to Bosch. Here comes a high ball screen. Bryant into the paint, swings. Open three from Elijah Voss, and he knocks it down. Good execution again offensively. Malachi Bryant picks up the assist. Used that ball screen well, saw the help, kicked it out to the open shooter, and Elijah Voss does the rest. String together a few possessions like that. Caberline inside, one-on-one. Good defense, forces the pickup. And Wilson spinning, takes a tough follow-away jumper, and he got it to go. That's a difficult shot by Jaden Wilson. Pioneers turn it over, trying to play fast. Again, they'll get better at that as the season goes on. That's a sophomore point guard in his first year with the Pioneers. That transition system, trying to do what they work on all the time, which is throwing it to the rim in transition, and just couldn't connect that time with Caberline. Little horns look from the Eagles. America's play, screen the screener. Looking to go inside, good hands. Malachi Bryant comes up with the steal, and he's gonna push. Crosses over, he's fouled out top by Amari Woods.
Foul number 2, Amari Woods. That's his second, fifth team foul.
Fifth team foul now on the Eagles. Just 2 team fouls here in the second half on the Mid-American Nazarene. I'll tell you what, he's not had a big night in the stat sheet, but I like what I've seen so far from the sophomore point guard Bryant, getting out of Boston, Massachusetts. He's got a little burst, quick first step, handling some pretty intense ball pressure pretty well, and I know he can shoot it from the three-point line. So he's going to have a bright future here for the Pioneers. You can't play for a better coaching staff if you're a young point guard than for Adam Hepker and Trey Brown. Gabe Jordan, of course, but Gabe wasn't a point guard. Trey Brown led the Heart of America in assists a couple of times. Coach Hepker, of course, a 3, maybe 4-time All-American, definitely 3-time All-American, Player of the Year, National Champion point guard, so learning from the right guys. Clay knocks down the foul shot. Gary Clay now in double figures with 10, and that's what he does. He can score the ball. And there's Dylan Phillip into the game for Oklahoma Wesleyan, so that's good to see. He may have started the half, too, and I just missed it. Yashi McKenzie with the scrappy bucket inside after the deflection. Langer swings up to Bosch up top, back to Brooks. Brooks refuses the screen, drives baseline, and he's fouled. The foul's going to be on Amari Woods. That is the 7th, so Brooks Langer will head to the line for 1-1.
Brooks Langer at the line shooting 1-1.
Brooks knocks down the first. He's got a chance to get in double figures now. Brooks 2 for 2 at the line, so joins Clay in double figures with 10. McKenzie probing on that right wing, gets a ball screen now, gets middle, and had his shot erased by Gerard Bosch. Good defense inside from the sophomore. Phillip on the out-of-bounds play, gets into the paint, had it stolen away. Gary Clay comes up with the steal, and he's going to push. In transition, swings. Voss thought about a 3. Now he finds Langer. 3-ball from the corner, and it goes down. Brooks Langer with his 3rd triple of the ball game. He's got 13 now. Pioneers showing some life. High ball screen, Woods into the paint, and he's going to get the and 1. Amari Woods drew some contact by Voss and went up for the pull-up jumper, got it to go. He's going to go to the line for one more.
13 foul.
It's a heads-up play from Amari Woods. Felt some contact and then rose up immediately. I think he was just trying to get fouled. Didn't even think he had to make the shot, but he went ahead and did both.
And number 5, also checking in, Derek Talton Jr.
Coach Boswick going to send his starting group back into the ballgame. Here comes Derek Talton Jr., Nick Benet, and Jaden Letsky. As McKenzie hounds Bryant out top. Malachi handles the press just fine. Split action, skip to Langer. He puts it on the deck, gets all the way inside, lost it. Ball's being batted around. Eventually Elijah Voss comes away with it in the corner. Bryant, late shot clock. Puts it on the deck, gets into the paint, kicks. Brooks couldn't catch it clean, so he goes one dribble pull up and he knocks it down. Brooks Langer has been a spark offensively here with 15 points now. Phillip into the lane, guarded there by Langer at 15 feet. Step back jumper, up, rattles out. Bryant the rebound, here come the Pioneers in transition. Clay on the wing, 3-ball, too strong. There's Langer for the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Bryant, extra pass. Clay one more time, this one goes down. Great time to shoot a 3 is off the offensive rebound. Langer comes down with the rebound and extra pass from Malachi Bryant. 13 points now in the ballgame from Clay. It's a great pass inside from McKenzie, and Letsky way off the mark, too strong. It's been a quiet night, uncharacteristically from Letsky.
Timeout on the floor.
94 feet of press causes another turnover from the Pioneers, and will hit the under 10 media timeout. It's a 70-49 lead for the number 5 ranked Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles. Out of the timeout, Eagles can execute in the half court. They go inside to Phillip, back to Talton Jr. His floater too short. That might have been a pass. It looked like a shot attempt, but as good as Derek Talton Jr. is, I'm going to give him credit for an assist. As Dylan Phillip lays it in off the glass. Buchanan skip pass to Langer. A little toss game with Gerard Bosch. And trying to get it to Cole inside. Isaiah Cole couldn't handle it. Here's a 4-on-3 break. Talton drops it off for Yashi McKenzie. That's another assist from Talton Jr. Those are starting to pile up. Buchanan one-on-one in the post. Spins baseline. Had it poked away, but it's going to be Pioneer basketball. Good job recognizing the mismatch, getting Buchanan a touch there. It's a mismatch in in size only. I'm not sure anybody's a mismatch with Talton Jr. Van Dyke gets it off the handoff, probing, swings it back to Cole. Inside, Shane Stevenson one-on-one, puts it on the deck. Nice bucket in the post from Shane Stevenson. Turns over that right shoulder, his high hands jumper. His second field goal. Three ball on the way and knocked down by Daniel Oluwasi. Just his second field goal of the game, but hits the three from the top of the key. Pioneers were content to let him shoot it, and he knocks it down. Stevenson spins baseline, double team comes. He steps through and gets all the way to the rim. That's two nice moves in a row on the block from Shane Stevenson. He wanted that to be an and one, couldn't get it to drop, so he's got two cracks at it at the free throw line. Gets the first to go down.
Shane Stevenson at the line. One more shot.
And Shane goes 1 for 2. Eagles go inside to, that's Tamaji Ezugbi, the first time we've seen him. I'm sure I didn't say that correctly. Give my best shot on the pronunciation. It's a freshman, 6'6" freshman from Burleson, Texas. Gets himself on the board. Bosch takes a step back three from the top of the key, and he knocks it down. Gerard Bosch now with 7. Coach Hepp pleading with his group, let's try to string some stops together here. If you're gonna do it, this is the group on the floor you can get some stops on. It's no slight to the bench of the Eagles. There's just 3 All-American level players in that starting lineup. And there's one stop as Kentish Jr. stepped out of bounds on the baseline. Full court press stays on, just man-to-man pressure. Van Dyke beats it over the top that time. Hand off to Cole, swings out top. Bosch looking to go inside Buchanan, one-on-one in the post. Great skip pass from Joe. There's Isaiah Cole for 3, back rim, no good. Pioneers come up with an offensive rebound, get another chance at it. It's gonna be Buchanan. I think that's a 2, it's a 3 ball. Thought his foot might have been on the line. Official said all 3. Joe Buchanan in double figures with 12, so nice start to the career for the freshman from Manchester, UK. Three on the way is up and good from Malachi Okunbar. Van Dyke looking to answer, left it short. This is an impressive Oklahoma Wesleyan team. Again, they're 1-0 already this year after a double-digit victory over a perennial powerhouse in LSU Shreveport. And Oklahoma Wesleyan could not hit a 3 in that game. They were 2 for a bunch from the outside and still win by double figures. That tells you how good of a team they are. Can win in so many different ways, so good defensively and on the glass. There's a great take inside by Joe Buchanan. Another bucket for the freshman. Ooh, could have been a travel. Officials pointing at the floor said he kept that pivot foot down. Wilson knocks down a 3. Jaden Wilson hits another one. That basket is looking awfully big for the Eagles right now. That's 3 or 4 threes in a row from different guys that may or may not be shooters on the scouting report, but everything's going down right now. Bosch fouled inside. He's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1, I believe, but it's going to be after we take a media timeout. under 5 to go here in the Cook Center. It's 85-60 Eagles over the Pioneers. Free throws up and in from Bosch after the timeout. Pioneers looking to string together a couple of stops. It's Woods off a double drag up top, and Woods stops, kicks, stolen away. Gerard Bosch comes away with the steal. Ahead to Buchanan on the wing. He spins baseline, gets all the way to the cup. He's fouled, and Joe Buchanan, I thought they were going to call it on the floor. They're not. Count the bucket, and he's going to the line for one more. Blake Hamblin whistled for the foul, his fourth personal. Joe Buchanan having himself a night offensively. He was a Pioneer that was going early and picked up those 2 fouls and had to sit the remainder of the first half. That certainly didn't help things in the final few minutes of the first. Joe's picked up where he left off here in the second. He ties Brooks Langer with 15 points apiece to lead the Pioneers in scoring and game back to a 20-point margin. Buchanan pokes it away on the baseline, but Oklahoma Wesleyan will retain possession. We'll see Malachi Bryant and Gary Clay back in. I think this is an offensive firepower group Coach Hepp's putting in, because Bryant and Clay can both score it. They've checked in, and we're going to leave Langer and Buchanan the hot hands tonight on the floor. Going to have any chance to get back in it, it's going to be that group. Wesleyan trying to go inside. There's another steal from Bosch. He's poked away a couple. Come up with steals now. Just 3:30 to go in the game. Pioneer's going to have to play with some pace. They want to do that anyway, but jumper left short from Buchanan. He tracks down his own miss a couple of times. Just battling for offensive rebounds is the freshman. Langer drives, kicks, 3 on the way from Bryant. It's left short, and the putback again. Buchanan's there. They couldn't get it to go, but that's 3 or 4 hustle plays, offensive rebounds from Joe Buchanan. It's a bright future for the freshman. Kid can really play. Clay tracks down the air and inbounds pass and picked his dribble up, just about had it stolen away. And the Eagles are jumping every passing lane right now. Bryant thought about a 3, puts it on the deck. He goes inside and he's fouled. Malachi Bryant. That is a tough finish. Going to go to the line for one more. Three-point play the old-fashioned way. Malachi hasn't connected from downtown here tonight, but he's a transfer from Quincy Community College in Boston, where he shot, I think, over 45% from downtown. So we know he can really shoot it. Coaching staff's high on this kid. He knocks down the free throw. An 85-68 score, under 3 minutes to play. Another three on the way from the top of the key, and it goes down again. Tamaje Izogbi. It's my best shot at it. Knocks down the three. Langer drives, finds Bryant on the cut. Malachi spinning in traffic, kicks to Buchanan. He's going to take one from way downtown. Joe Buchanan from the horse's head. He might have had to show his passport. He was so far from the rim. Banks it in. He's got 20. Amari Woods misses the pull-up jumper. Clay pulls down the rebound in traffic. Pioneers look to run. Bryant was looking for Buchanan in transition. It's about the third or fourth time tonight we've seen Malachi trying to get someone at the rim, playing fast. Just haven't quite been able to connect on that play. That will come. They will get better at that. They do it every day in practice. That's a staple of Pioneer basketball, is point guards throwing it to the rim in transition. There's an effort play there on the floor, poked it away. Eagles did come away with it. Bosch forces the miss, but the easy putback. Just a minute and a half to play now. It's 90-71 in favor of the Eagles. Comes that high flat ball screen, pick and pop from Bosch, and it was stripped away by McHugh. Michael McHugh with the steal, sophomore from Claremore, Oklahoma. Good defense inside from Gerard Bosch, but it's a tough finish. Tamaje Izogbi has scored 9 points in about the last 5 minutes. Hadn't seen the floor before that, but has made his presence felt when he's been out there.
That's his first.
Buchanan going to go back to the line for 2 more. He's been relentless offensively. He stayed in attack mode the whole night. This one could have got out of hand. I think it was a 35-point game at one point. Pioneers have clawed their way back in. You got to give them credit. A young group absolutely did not quit. Buchanan knocks down both. He's got 22, leads all Pioneers in scoring. Eagles attacking the rim inside, get the layup to go. That's Daniel Olawasi. Brooks Langer ahead of the pack, just beat everyone down the floor. There's a Utah basket. Brooks going to finish with 17. Good start in the scoring column for the senior. Pull-up jumper, partially blocked by Bosch. Now Bryant still pushing. There's a good pass up ahead to Gary Clay. There's a lot of contact there. I think officials are just ready to go home at this point. As Gary Clay was fouled, no whistle, but Bryant cleans it up. Malachi Bryant scores, and that should be your final score. Number 5 team in the country comes into the Cook Center and is going to go back to Bartlesville, Oklahoma with a win. 94-77 your score. The Pioneers will be back here next Saturday where they play the number 3 ranked team in the country in Indiana Wesleyan. Thanks for tuning in. It has been a pleasure. Get the season kicked off for your Pioneers. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube.